What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode 10 of our PHP series on creating a forum. In the last episode, we learned about while and for loops and how to use loops and stuff, so just go ahead and delete that code. In this episode, we're going to be learning about arrays, which is super cool. So we learned about how to define variables, so like we could say bacon equals chicken, and we could of course say tuna equals Lizzie, and yeah, we could do all that, or we could say fart equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's more or less how variables are defined in PHP. But what if we want to put all these variables into one thing and just have one variable with all these values and access those values? Well, to do that, we need something called an array. And to make an array, we basically just have to do a variable, and we're going to call it prices, and you want to set it equal to array, and now parentheses, and now outside your parentheses, of course, put your semicolon, and inside this, we just want to put all the values we want inside of it. So this array here, this is a function, and we'll talk more about functions in a bit, but we're basically just going to put all the, well, this is actually a language construct, but we're going to put all the things that we want inside of here. So, like, prices, we may want, like, 1.50, 7, or 6, 34, and 11. So those are our prices, and now, let's say we just want to see what all our prices look like. So let's just echo $prices, and we'll just see what that looks like. And boom, I set you guys up for failure. We got an error, and we got the word array, which is not a good thing. So normally, you may or may not see this error. I just have all my errors turned on, so I see it. But you guys may just see the word array, which is a problem, because that means, oh no, we're not printing out our arrays correctly. So what we're trying to do is, what if we want to see the entire array? We can't just print it out like that. We need another kind of print function called print_r. And now what print_r does is it prints raw data, so we could give it pretty much anything and we just print it out. But we're going to be printing the data of our array. So we do print prices, and now we'll just see what it looks like if we run that. And we actually get this nice little format, which prints out 0, 1, and 2, and 3. And now it prints out all the values. Now, this probably doesn't make any sense to you right now, but I'm going to explain it. So, with every value inside of our array, we have an index, or a key. And now this key is in this case, it's going to be a number. And it basically, we just need one of those so we can identify every part of our array. So, the first thing in an array is always going to be 0. So, this is index 0, or key 0. So 150 is 0, 6 is the next one, which is 1, and now we should realistically be saying this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, but computers don't work that way. Computers start at 0, and they count up, so they go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. So even though that we have 4 elements in our array, we end up accessing the last one with the number less than our amount of elements. So this is really 3 instead of 4, which is super stupid. I think in C++ it doesn't work that way, but I don't know. So what if we only want to print out a certain price, one of our prices? And so let's say we want to print out 6. And to do that, we can see that 6, where we have this 1 here, is 6. And to do that, let's say we just want to print out 6, we could do echo prices. Oh, forgot a $sign prices. And now we need square brackets. And now, you've probably seen these ones. We've been using these curly brackets. To make a square bracket, just push the key to the right of the P, and you get your square brackets. And let's say we want to print out 6. Well, to do 6, we have index 1 is 6, and also index 1. This is index 1 right here. So we want to print that out. So we do that, and we'll just see what it looks like. So if we refresh, boom, 6, because we tell it, in these square brackets, we put our index, or our key. So if we wanted to print out number 3, and you guys know 3 is 11, we'll see what that looks like. Boom, that's cool. And now we can do more than just numbers with these. We can do strings too. So let's say, I'm a potato. And now, obviously, to go between our values, we put commas. I'm still alive. We're just putting some strings. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. And now, let's just see what we get when we save this and run that. We don't even have an index 3. Let's change this to index 2. Boom. Let me see what that looks like. Boom. And it prints out, maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. You guys probably know that song. If you don't, you're a scrub. So that's how this works. Printing out arrays, which is pretty cool. And now you're probably thinking, okay, so what happens if I put a number that I don't have in here? Let's see what it looks like. Boom, errors, unidentified offset 3 in line 3. So that's what happens if you do that. You probably shouldn't do that. But what if we want to add some more values to our array that we don't have yet? So to do that, we could say $prices, and now we can give it a number. And the number we can give it, of course, is, what if we want to add a third index? To do that, we just say prices, in square brackets, your index equals, and now we're just going to put in a string, maybe Black Mesa. And that's a reference to the game Portal. If you guys have never played it, go play it. So now we're going to just print, or just to prove it works, echo prices 3. And we're just going to see if it works. Boom. Maybe Black Mesa. Perfect. And now you can put in an index there. But that's more or less how arrays work. I'm going to show you one more thing for looping through our arrays. And to do that, in the last episode, we learned about for loops, and we learned that we could loop through something by defining 3 variables. Well, in this episode, we're going to learn about a for each loop. And I said for each, not for each, not like for reach, for each. And that's how you do one of those. And now, so it's just like a regular for loop, but it's going to have some different stuff inside of there. So if we do that, it automatically generates it, but I'm just going to show you us doing it without that. So let's just go for each, and your parentheses, and then your brackets, just like you would set up a loop. Now inside here, we need to give it our prices value. So we say $prices, and now we say the word as. And now we say, we have to give it a key and a value. So we're just going to create 2 new variables. One is going to be called $key, and we need to use a new kind of operator. So you learned about, we learned about assignment operators, we learned about comparison operators, logical operators, arithmetic operators. Well, this one, I don't remember the name because I'm a scrub. But we're just going to call it the array or the value assignment operator. I should probably look this up and tell you guys in the next episode. But we just do that. I guess it's another kind of assignment operator. And now this is not a less than or greater than or equal to. This is different because when we do a less than or greater than, we use one of these before our equal sign. This one comes after. So we do equal sign, greater than. And now that looks like a little arrow, and we're going to put the word value. And what this is saying is we're going to have our prices array. We have 2 things that will represent the parts of the array. The keys, which our key is like 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then our value is like what's inside of it. So if we do that, we're just going to echo, and we're going to do in quotation marks, double quotes, key, $key, colon, $value. And now this is a lot to take in because arrays are kind of a new thing and they're kind of confusing, But we're just going to, let's see if this works. Yes, it does. So I'm going to put a break in here, and you just remember the HTML for break, and we'll just see what that looks like. And as you can see, 0, I'm a potato. 1, I'm still alive. 2, maybe you'll find someone else to help you. 3, maybe Black Mesa. Perfect. It's working just like we wanted it to, which is awesome. So I'm going to end off this tutorial here. In the next episode, we're going to be talking about our associative arrays, and we're going to actually be using some stuff with them and creating a practical example. So I hope you guys have not hated this tutorial. If you have, leave a dislike, tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you're absolutely loving it, loving the series, learning tons, slap the like button, give me a comment. If you're still watching, just comment poop. And till next time, you guys, I will see you in the next video.